Wish you could eat more greens but hate shopping every single night? I've got an easy salad hack that will change your life. I'm talking less prep, more crunch, and a fresh salad in 60 seconds flat. So what I do is I start with a base salad, and I use a 50-50 mix of spring mix and baby spinach, but you can use whatever lettuce you like. I wouldn't probably try iceberg lettuce. I think for one thing, it's not very nutritional. For another thing, it may wilt. I'm not sure. But this salad doesn't wilt. I will tell you that this base salad will stay up to 2 weeks, believe it or not, and I'll show you how. So the base salad is the lettuce and then what I add to it. To that base salad, I'll add only those things that will not cause the lettuce to wilt. So I wouldn't put sliced tomatoes in, for instance, because they're juicy and they could cause the lettuce to wilt. And I wouldn't put regular cucumbers. English cucumbers are probably okay because they don't have as much water in them. And I do not put green onions in them in the base salad. And the reason is it will stink up the whole salad. And you can always add those later as you want them. And maybe one night you don't want onions, you don't want a spicy salad. So let me show you some of the ingredients that I usually put in my base salad. So purple cabbage, great. Multicolored peppers, because you want all the colors of the rainbow, right? The sliced carrots, sliced celery, and then if it's in season, I will get these lovely snap peas. Love them. So that's basically it for my base. And then each night, when I pull out as much as I need for that evening, I can add whatever I want to sort of dress it up. That's when my green onions can go in. That's when my tomatoes can go in. That's when I could put protein if I'm going to make salad my main dish, like salmon or anchovies or sardines or chicken. Or one of my favorite things to do is to make a taco seasoning for my son, and he'll either have nachos or tacos or burritos or something like that. And then I will have a taco salad. Now, there's no law that says a taco salad has to look the same and can't have cucumbers in it and can't have cabbage in it. So believe me, it's delicious. And then what I often do if I make a taco salad is I will use salsa as the dressing. It's absolutely delicious. And so each night when I want a salad, I just go to my base salad, pull out what I need from that salad, put it in another bowl, add any extras that I would like that night. So maybe artichokes, maybe some protein, maybe some nuts, maybe some cheese. I'm not really eating cheese right now, but you know, whatever you like. You dried cranberries. Oh my gosh, that would be so delicious. So, and then I dress it. Other things I will add to my salad almost always is an avocado. Love it. And then I will also sometimes put in sesame seeds or sunflower seeds or slivered almonds or hazelnuts. Nuts are always great. Anytime you add fat to a green, especially like avocado or olive oil, you're actually boosting your body's ability to absorb the nutrients in the greens. So here's how I store my salad. I have a container like this. I would love if it was glass, but it's plastic, unfortunately. And then it has a plastic lid, seals everything in, it stays fresh like you cannot believe. And then what I do is I just take out as much as I need and then make the salad for that night. I also have a delicious balsamic vinaigrette recipe I'll share with you in a little bit. And here's a look at some of the protein that I will put in my salad. This is my trigger aisle. Walk fast, Yvonne, walk fast. Just look at how beautiful that is. And so each night, all I have to do is mix it up a bit and put it in a bowl, add whatever extras I want, like avocado or artichoke hearts or nuts or protein, whatever I want to put in, and usually some cherry tomatoes, which I love. And then dress it. And I've got a salad every single night. So easy. Okay, ready to make some balsamic vinaigrette dressing? Now, I have a friend, Carolyn, who hates that stuff, but she's not tried mine, and I really think if she gave it a try, she might enjoy it. So let me show you how it's prepared. So the first ingredient is extra virgin olive oil. So I put in about maybe 2 tablespoons. And then to that, I add, very important ingredient, is the balsamic vinegar you choose. This is called Grand Reserve, and it's at my favorite natural grocery store, which is Natural Grocers. And I buy this only, and it's not cheap. This bottle is like $9.75 for vinegar, can you believe it? But it is so worth it. I could just eat it with a spoon. It's so yummy. And so I put in almost the same amount, maybe just a little bit less of the vinegar. And I'm doing this in a ramekin because it just makes it easy to mix up. And then my secret ingredient that makes it taste so fresh and yummy is a bit of lemon juice. Now, I almost always just use a lemon, but I found this at Natural Grocers. It's a original lemon, you know, remember how they used to have it in the little lemon looking things in the grocery store? Well, this is organic lemon squeeze. And so I just squeeze about, maybe about half as much as I would put in the vinegar in. And then I just sprinkle a bit of garlic powder. Love garlic. And then a little bit of freshly ground pepper. Sometimes I'll just do a pinch of Himalayan salt as well. That is basically it. And then you just mix it up and then pour it over your salad. Make sure that you toss it really well. I think it was Oprah's chef named Rosie who taught me to toss it, and not personally, but I was reading about her, taught me to toss it 40 times. So I usually just count to 8 5 times as I'm tossing the salad. It just makes sure that every bite is similar and you're getting the vinegar dressing on everything. And it's so yummy. It is so good. I wish you could taste it. Whenever you can, be sure and look for organic, especially when it comes to the Dirty Dozen. Now, I explained the Dirty Dozen in a video that I will link to at the end of this one, but it basically means the produce that so many pesticides are used on, the worst of the worst. So if you can buy organic for pretty much everything, do it. And if not, at least make sure that the Dirty Dozen you buy organic. So that's one tip. Another tip is if you look at this, okay, look at this red cabbage or purple cabbage, whatever you want to call it. It is so expensive and so heavy. And if I were to have purchased a whole purple cabbage, I would never use it because I only use, I shred enough to put in my base salad, and then I use that much, and then I can use it in a few other things, and then when I need to refresh that base salad, I can slice some more and put it in there. But honestly, I have so much trouble finishing. I could never finish a whole one. So what I do is I ask the grocer to please cut it in half for me, and they will do that. They're happy to do that. In fact, the lady I talked to today who cut it in half for me, and I do this all the time now, she said, whenever I cut it in half, somebody comes along almost immediately and buys the other half. And I said, well, why don't you just cut it in half to begin with? Who can eat this whole thing? And she said, well, it dries out if you cut it in half. So they don't mind doing it. So ask, don't buy a bunch of cabbage that you're not going to use. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is always look at the sell-by days. So when I buy my lettuce, once I bought lettuce that was going to expire in just a couple of days. And I keep that lettuce in my base salad for up to 2 weeks. And I expect it to be fresh. And it's not going to be if I don't get the freshest that I can find. And so, for instance, today I found some that was expiring April 29th. And I found some that was expiring May 3rd. Guess which one I bought? So be sure and do that. So another tip is when you slice your celery, you slice it as a bunch. You don't pull off a bit of it and then cut it up. I learned this from this nutritional expert who came to this place that I used to work, and he did a whole series of how to make a cantaloupe feed 24 people, and then how to slice and keep your vegetables fresher. So that I definitely remembered that one. My grandmother used to pull it all apart and then chop the ends of it off and turn it into celery sticks and then put it in a Tupperware container with a bunch of water, and that kept it fresh as well. So those are two options. Thank you for joining me. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And tell your friends that there is a fearless and fabulous community just for them. See you next time.